All right, Phone Rebel Air 2. I have been using this case for about a little less than a week now, so I definitely wanted to bring you this case review video because once I got it, I slapped it straight on with the Phone Rebel Air 1 being one of my favorite cases for the iPhone 15 series. I already knew that it was going to be fire when it came to the 16. Very similar designs, but just for the price point, man, I'm going to go ahead and say it, all right? Some of you may click off this video after you hear this. $21.99, and you're going to see everything that you're getting for a $21 case. I don't know what Phone Rebel did, but they figured it out with this Air series. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, of course, a huge shout out to Phone Rebel for sending this out to me and dropping it to me as soon as it become available. All right, of course, once again, it's already out the packaging. Let me go ahead and show you the packaging for people who may not know anything about this case. Let's go ahead and see it. So the Phone Rebel packaging, of course, you're going to get that Air 2. Very clean, simple, minimal design. Nothing that's going to be out of the ordinary, super a whole bunch of features and different things like that. This is going to be their more minimal approach. Now, reading some of the things that's going on in the back: slim designs, super grip, tactile buttons, easy swipe, strong magnets, and of course, it always includes that 2.5D. I forgot I threw the Phone Rebel Flex in here because when I got it, I threw it on to put this back up in the packaging, man. But it does come with that 2.5D screen protector that you see right there because once again, if you don't got no protection at all, it's better to have a little bit of something there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Air 2. Now, just like I stated, this is going to be a very minimal looking case, very simple, very clean. For those out there that always say, I don't understand why you guys like these boring cases, because we like clean, minimal style cases. We don't want a bunch of crazy and funky designs on the back of our phones, if you get what I'm saying. So the back of it is going to be, well, actually, let's go ahead and take it off, and then we can properly talk about it, all right? So when it comes to the back of the design, and then also, let me cut my phone on airplane mode. I am just failing in all the categories right now. Taking a look at it for the third time, I think this is going to be a smooth back. Now, this case is going to be a TPU style case, but don't get that mixed up for this being something flimsy or different like that. No, Phone Rebel has this thing very firm, a very tight TPU, definitely a TPU that you don't have to worry about getting flexible and getting loose and all crazy fitting over time. You definitely don't have anything to worry about that. Taking a look at the inside is going to give you that very nice Phone Rebel look. No soft lining or anything like that on the inside. Of course, you're going to get that Rebel with their magnets, which are usually pretty decently strong, not super duper strong, but definitely strong enough to do what you want to do. Flipping it over on the sides, of course, you're going to get your actual cutout for your camera control. I know, whiny crybabies, let me hear you down below. God dogging, you guys are getting on my nerves. And on the side of here, you're going to get a raised up slit power button. So as you can see, it does have those air slits in the power button, but they work very well. And you're going to get that very subtle air branding right here on the side. And one thing that is new to the Air series this year, and the price remained the same, is they are bringing you very nice grips that come along this side. Very nice grips that's going to be just perfect enough for when you're holding it. It's really going to be able to hold you down when you're talking about grips. Now, this is going to remind you of a like Kadabe synthesis, all right? Not trying to compare the two cases together. I'm just trying to get in your head what these grips are feeling like, and it definitely does a very, very good job. Same thing with the buttons over here. Of course, volume up and down, and your action button is also going to have that air slit in them. Now, let's go ahead and bring the scale over here, see what she is working with. Dropping on the scale, we looking at 51 grams, all right? Not the lightest, okay? I know some of you be like, well, I thought that case is gonna be a lot lighter than that, but it's not terrible, man. I feel like this case is still very minimal on the grand scheme of things. And then dropping 16 Pro Max with that, with the Phone Rebel Air 2 in it, 291 grams. So there it is, all the measurements for all of my weight junkies out there. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is going to be with the white titanium, of course. It's going to give you a very nice contrast. Last year, they came in black and blue. I'm only seeing black this year when it comes to the Rebel Air, so I'm not 100% sure what they're doing. But Phone Rebel, if you're watching this, which I know you will, it would be nice to have some different colors. I would love to see this black. I would love to see a blue. I would love to see a gray. Not really anything too bright because I feel like very bright might show a little bit of dirt over time, but just give us some different options to kind of go with the different color iPhones. That's all I got to say. Now, let's go ahead and step around it. The first thing we got to talk about is let's talk about the lay on the table protection. Of course, I am rocking a tempered glass screen protector. And one thing Phone Rebel does very good is they're going to have the 4 claws on all 4 corners, as you can see right there. It's going to be kind of smooth when it comes to the edges. That's what is well known when it comes to phone rubber cases, but it's going to have those claws. So when you put them down, you don't got to worry about your phone being damaged on the screen. Now, this is what I'm going to call light to medium protection. All right. This case is going to keep things very thin. It's not really going to bulk your stuff up a lot. This is going to be for the everyday dropsies. Once again, I've been using this case probably since Thursday of last week. Haven't had an issue when I'm talking about drops or anything like that. Has actually felt very, very good. So you will get that little lip for that lay on the table protection as always. Flipping over on the back, you see you do get that little bit of camera lip. Nothing too serious there. It's going to be your standard thing when you're talking about camera protection. And for all the wobbly boys out there, she is going to wobble and drop it like it's hot just a little bit. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how this case fits on the phone, because this is where I feel like this case is absolute money for the fit that it's giving for $21.99. I always got to make sure to go back that price because it is such a killer price. So starting at the top, very, very snug. It is not going to be moving, very easy, very tight, very snug. Coming down the sides, even right here by the buttons, you're barely getting any movement, and it's really hard to grab, but it is so tight. This is probably one of the tightest fitting cases of a TPU style when it comes to the button area, because you always know that's going to be an area that's going to give you a little bit of flex. Not on this Air 2. Going down, once again, you're not going to get any flex at all. Right here by the camera control button, you're going to get a little bit of flex, but this feels very sturdy, feels very strong, and I feel like that is nothing that's going to give you an issue over time. And coming down here along the bottom, once again, all very, very snug. So Phone Rebel, I don't know what kind of wizardry that you do when it comes to the fit of this Air 2 bars. But I'm telling you, man, for $21.99, I know you guys are sick of me saying that price, but for what they're offering for that, it just brings it. And I feel like it is an A1 fit. Talking about all the snaps, boom on that side, on that side. And speaking of that side, on the top, you're going to get that classic little Rebel right there. On that one, not really going to get a super duper snap and pop because it is a TPU case, but all of the corners fit perfectly fine. Once again, I have not felt any issues when it comes to the fit after me using it basically over the weekend. Now, you want to go ahead and test out these buttons. You really can't hear them, but they feel very good. Nice and tactile. Doesn't give you that pop pop, but it's that rubber with the air slits, so you already know you're not going to get that super sound, the audible tactile feeling. But the buttons work just fine. No issues at all when it comes to the button. Now, of course, let's go ahead and talk about that camera control area. And Phone Rebel, I feel, has done a very good job. It is not too close to the one side, and they have the very nice and tapered edges. So when your finger is in here, you'll be able to touch it just fine, and you're not bumping your hand against this top border right here. Once again, I know everybody out there is going to prefer the button. Of course, I prefer the button as well, but I'm not going to go on the rampage and just boycott every single case that doesn't have the button. All right, we're going to talk about that in the upcoming video. But I do love the companies that does the camera control cut out very nice and smooth. That's exactly what Phone Rebel did right here. So I personally have no issues. When you're holding the phone, you can't tell a big difference unless you're left-handed. And then that middle finger right there is going to be just right on the button. But in my opinion, not a big deal. I really love the way that Phone Rebel did the actual button. But I think they have a button cover coming out, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think I heard through the grapevine that they're going to be fixing it. All right. So all crybabies rejoice. You might be getting your button coming up very soon. Now, how does this case feel in your hand? And this is the reason why I love this case, because it's giving you that very small, thin, minimal feel, and it's giving you that nice grip when it comes to the sides. This back, in my opinion, isn't really slippery. Once again, I've been using it and I haven't had any issues when it comes to holding this device. The grips aren't going to be crazy aggressive. Everything is kind of smoothed out. Nothing really digs on your hand. You don't get any back feet on the back of the case to dig in your palms or anything like that. Just feels so good overall and just keeps a very nice, small, and minimal package, in my opinion. Now, this material on the back is going to be very soft, and this is very forgiving of scratches. I'm not even going to lie. When I first got the Air 2 in, I kind of dug my fingernail in it. It left a scratch. I took it off, came back a few hours later, put it back on. The damn scratch was gone. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I just rubbed it out, but it is very resilient, especially when they talk about scratches, because this is a soft material, not a hard material, very soft rubber feeling, and I think it will do great against scratches and different things like that. Of course, greasy palms, you might have to rub it like that, but overall, it still isn't even bad when it comes to the grease. But overall, in your hands, feels absolutely, I don't have any issues with it when you talk about fitting in your hand. Now, Let's go ahead and bring MagSafe magnets over here because, of course, it does have those magnets. Dropping it down on MagSafe, it is going to work perfectly fine. Now, I don't feel like this has a very strong magnet. Although the phone rebel says it has a strong magnet, this is not the strongest magnet. If there is anything that I can ding on the case, I would say it's the magnet, but I'm gonna be real with you. It works fine on all of my mounts. It works fine in my car, especially if you can survive my car being lowered, you can survive anything out there. But the magnets aren't the strongest, and that may be something that I would like to see improve. So magnets definitely could use a little milk. Okay, Phone Rebel, you can kind of spruce those magnets up just a little bit. But I also know with this type of material, sometimes those magnets can start to protrude outside the back of the case, and maybe they want to weaken things up so they can avoid it. Let's go ahead and pop the MagSafe wallet up here to see what this looks like. Now, the Black Air 2 with the Andor wallet right here. This material is going to be kind of a slippery material, and you can really see with that magnet strength how this performs. Usually, Phone Rebel magnets are a little bit stronger than this. I feel like the first airs was a lot stronger than this, but maybe they changed something up when it comes to this one. But the magnet isn't the strongest. You see, I can't really have confidence when we are talking about shaking that. Now, bringing the mag shake test, I feel like this is going to be a very quick test. This is going to be very light shakes. And as you see, with just light shakes, it has come flying off. So I would, if I can dox this thing for anything being wrong, I have to say it will need to have just slightly stronger magnets. Just give me a little bit stronger. I feel like that was very minimal when it came to the shake, when it came to the MagSafe wallet. Just make those magnets just a little bit stronger. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, right now it's going to be a task to get this case off my phone for 21.99. This thing fits like a champion. It has the very nice grip that I love when it comes to the sides. You're going to have a back material that you don't have to worry about scratching or being careful where you put it down. They have a very comfortable camera control button. Buttons work fine. I really like it. I really like this case, just to fit the feel of having a nice, clean, minimal case in your hand. And it's not expensive. If you happen to damage it, if you happen to lose it, go out there and buy another one. 21.99. Let's be real, man. There's not a lot of cases for $20 that you can put against this. I feel like any case out there on the market for under 25 bucks, this is going to smack it in the face every day, all day long. This is my daily case for right now, man. The Phone Rebel Air 2. I don't know what case is going to get this case off my phone, but for right now, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. It is currently my daily case. But go ahead and check it out, man. Links down below. You can order it directly from Furbol's website, or you can get it from Amazon. Might take a little bit longer to get shipped, but Amazon is there as well in case you got some gift cards or something like that. So go ahead and hit the links down below. Go check one out. But if you want to see another offering, I know I popped this Phone Rebel Gen 6, not Rebel, but Frosted Gen 6, Phone Rebel, all your crazy ass names. You know what I'm talking about, man. If you want to check the review of this video right here, I'll make sure to pop it right there.